Hi, I'm Bob Koster. I've had the great honor and privilege of participating with Marian Medical Mission in their shallow well program in Malawi, Zambia, and Tanzania. My first trip to Africa in 1995 to Mbangweni Hospital, I met Jim McGill, and he talked about the well guy. At that time, they had only installed very few wells around Mbangweni, and we actually went out and repaired one of them. In 2006, I went to a Malawi Network meeting in Colorado, and I met the founder, Tom Logan. And he so impressed me that I came home and talked to Sheila, and the following spring I volunteered and was accepted to the team in 2007. And I made 7 trips subsequently. Marian Medical is a United States-based corporation based in Marion, Illinois. The founder, Tom Logan, and his wife, Jocelyn. Their function here is to raise money to support the work over in Africa. Almost all the employees are Africans, local Africans who work in certain areas. They have like 17 or 18 districts now, they called, and each one has a field officer. The work starts with a field officer going out and visiting the villagers and looking at their water to see if they can improve that. If they think they can, and usually that water is just a mud hole that they're getting their water out of, an open surface pond that probably animals are drinking out of, fertilizer, whatever chemicals might be running down into it, and they use that water for both their drinking, their cooking, and for washing clothes. I've seen them wash clothes and then dip the water out and carry the water back to the villages. So the first thing, then the village agrees, they form a committee within the village, and that committee then makes the decisions and is responsible for the maintenance of that well. Marian Medical works in participation then with the villagers by providing the knowledge to build the well and the materials for building a well, and that's what our donations go for. The local villagers are responsible to dig the well, to provide the bricks to line the well and to line the superstructure that sits on top, and to provide the sand and for the mixing of the concrete that is needed. So my function when I arrived at the wells is that the wells were generally built, and we carried on the truck pumps and the piping that we'd install. I say we install, but the Marian Medical personnel that were with me always did this installation. A few wells were where we were late getting there, or for some reason I had to maybe carry pipe down to where there was or some pump parts. But usually we arrived in the truck, kids would just show up and they would grab the stuff and just take off running to where the well was. The villagers usually live on the ridge lines, and the wells are located down in the valleys where they are actually doing their cultivation for their crops that they raise. So because that's where the water is. When we install the pump, and when the pump is installed, we have a mother called Mama that is the one that's going to first use the pump. She is showing how to do it. In some area villages, the technology and the people, they do not understand anything about it, and women have to be coaxed to actually be the first one to pump the water. This is a very basic system of the wells that are put in there. It's called the Mark V pump. In Africa, in the remote villages, people do not have technical experience to be able to do anything or to do repairs. So everything there that's put in has to be as simple as possible. I've been told the effect of a clean well put into a villages, and I've been back to them the second time to add additional wells. They told me that their attendance of kids at school had increased, and the number of people coming into the medical clinic had decreased. That's the effect that just plain good old groundwater underneath the surface of the ground that's not been drank by animals or anything else has. A well donation is $450. For that $450, you'll get a card with a photo of a well and the name of the village and the date that it was installed.